Take down your gate or face the committee. That's what Denise barked at me one Thursday morning, right as I was pouring my first cup of coffee and watching the mist roll across the lake. Picture this. I'm standing on land my grandfather built gate hinges older than most of my neighbors, and suddenly I'm the villain because my gate supposedly blocks community access. You ever just want to laugh and scream at the same time? Yeah, that happened. Nothing about it felt normal. I had paper shoved in my face, folks. Snapping photos at night. Whispers about rules I never even signed up for. It was like I'd landed in some kind of suburban reality show, except the prize was losing your own front gate. If someone came for your gate, what would you do? Because at 8:30 on that Thursday, me, a fire tech, coffee in hand, was staring at the dumbest official letter I've ever seen. Notice of architectural violation, legalese thick enough to choke a lawyer. They claimed my gate installation restricts lakeside access standards. You'd think I was running a medieval fortress, not just keeping the local kids and lost hikers from wandering up to my porch. But here's what burns me: those iron hinges my granddad's initials carved right in have stood longer than most of these folks have been alive. I just stood there watching deer tracks vanish into the morning mud mist rising through the pines. Same view for 30 years since I was a kid. Now Denise Marshall, wearing a blinding yellow vest, Mobility and Events Committee chair or self-appointed sheriff, she's quoting some Pine Lake Community Trail Initiative, says my family's rights don't matter because of a lakeside walkability rule nobody heard of until last week. Derek, it's not personal. She says, like she's about to hand me a parking ticket, flipping her clipboard open and fanning out brochures like she's selling timeshares. The committee's partnered with consultants to update accessibility, she explains, so everyone can enjoy the lake. Then she points at my old wooden gate like I'm blocking the Berlin Wall. The thing's just weathered pine and rust, been holding back hikers for decades without complaint. Architectural violation, she keeps saying, and I'm thinking, Denise, this gate's been here since before the HOA was even a glimmer in anyone's eye. She lays out glossy flyers from some company called City Stride Solutions, with photos of paved trails and metal ramps that look about as out of place as a spaceship on our forest path. These upgrades will benefit everyone, she says, her eyes fixed on me like she's expecting applause. I flip through their materials numbers that would make a mayor faint. Compliance, accessibility, professional installation. Everyone's getting a cut, except the folks who built this place. Let me get this straight. I say you want me to tear down my granddad's gate so the neighborhood can walk through my land to a lake that's already got public access on the South Shore. Denise shifts. We're not asking for access through your property, she insists. Just that your gate doesn't obstruct the trail system. Her voice is all sweet reason, but the subtext is, do what we say or else. She points to more vendor propaganda, emergency access, they claim. But fire crews never use these trails for anything but fishing and waving at the kids. I hand back her brochures, watching her shuffle them like they're classified. You know what, Denise, I say? Show me the bylaws that actually give you authority over property older than the HOA, and let's see when you folks decided you owned my family's land. She looks like she wants to argue, but just checks her phone and says, you have 14 days to comply before lake season. Then she adds, all dramatic, this is for the good of the entire community. Like I'm the one being selfish for wanting to keep strangers out of my woods. That evening, I'm on the porch reviewing that violation notice when I spot movement by my gate. It's not deer. Somebody with a flashlight is snapping photos, positioning what looks like rescue equipment to make it look like my gate blocks access. If it's really about safety, why stage photos in the middle of the night like you're catching a criminal? Friday morning neighbors are blowing up my phone. Community Facebook is lit up with photos of my gate emergency gear dramatically piled around it, captions claiming cabin gate blocks, lake rescue operations. The photos look almost professional, dramatic lighting, rescue vests and all. The thing is, everyone in town knows rescue boats always use the South Shore ramp, never my narrow cabin trail. Metadata shows those photos were taken late at night, right when I saw someone skulking around. Someone's running a PR campaign against my gate. So I call the county fire department. Dispatcher sounds genuinely confused, sir. We use the South Shore ramp. We've never had access problems there. She suggests I post the truth. So I do. I upload side-by-side shots, my actual gate, the real access road, the whole 9 yards. I include fire department contacts, invite folks to check for themselves. But the rumor's already running wild. What if a kid drowns, one neighbor posts private rights shouldn't trump public safety? It's chaos. Even folks who know better are worked up, passing along midnight photos like gospel. By evening, I've posted in every group I can, but half the neighborhood still believes my granddad's gate is a threat to civilization. Then my phone buzzes, unknown number. This is City Stride Solutions regarding compliance failure. Please respond within 24 hours to avoid escalation. Real subtle. Right. Next thing I know, some certified cabin restoration specialist is on my porch, clipboard in hand, trying to look official. I'm here to conduct a mandatory assessment for historic compliance, he says, already laying out papers. He talks penalties, preservation, non-conforming structures, like I'm facing a firing squad, not a home inspection. But his license is fresh as a bakery roll, and when I check the state database, it expired 3 years ago. Turns out City Stride's been paying him for compliance projects. The historic designation he's citing never existed. I live-stream the guy as he fumbles over technical questions, showing him my granddad's original building permits, genuine 1960s, all stamped and signed. He gets nervous. Sometimes original structures require modification. He says backpedaling. I pull up research from the County Historical Society. No record of a Pine Lake Historic District, nothing requiring any of this. He packs up in a hurry, mumbling about needing to check with supervisors. The next day, 3 HOA committees, landscaping, lake, management, mobility, are suddenly working together. Emergency meetings, minutes missing, signatures, votes passed without a quorum, all recommending the same vendor, City Stride. I start digging, recorder in hand. Turns out Denise has been feeding every committee the same urgent talking points, passing off fake authority as law. Committee members are shocked when I show them the real bylaws. None of this is legit. Big twist comes Friday when I find forged signatures on supposed board authorizations. Denise has been waving around fake minutes, trying to muscle everyone into her scheme. I share what I found with Rick Patterson, a sharp guy who knows his way around HOA paperwork. He confirms the board never approved any of this. It's all smoke and mirrors. By the weekend, I'm meeting with neighbors, laying out the facts. Turns out a lot of folks have been bullied. One family threatened with garden removal, another with fines over their deck, all based on made-up rules. Folks are angry but relieved to finally know the truth. We decide to call a community meeting, share what we've found. Sunday night, the county sheriff calls. Mr. Turner, we've had reports of potential fraud and signature forgery in your HOA. Can you provide documentation? You bet I can. Monday, the board meets. Community centers packed, folks standing in the hall. The board president tries to keep it diplomatic, but the evidence is too much. I lay it all out: photos, emails, signatures, fake vendors. Rick backs me up. Other families add their stories. Deputy Lewis from the sheriff's office comes in halfway through, puts a thick folder on the table, says the state HOA oversight agency is investigating. Denise finally speaks, arms folded, says she'll be retaining legal counsel, no further comment. The board votes to remove her from all committees, void every violation based on her paperwork, and bring in outside legal help. 1 week later, I'm standing by my granddad's gate as the county inspector bolts an official heritage protection plaque right into the post. The lake's misty sun peeking through, but everything feels lighter. The gate Denise tried so hard to tear down is now legally protected. My win is every cabin owner's win. The County Historical Society makes it official. Every property built before the HOA is now protected. No more retroactive enforcement, no more intimidation. Denise, charged with forgery and fraud, ordered to notify every homeowner she targeted and spend a whole lot of time doing community service. The board, newly educated, brings in reforms, real signatures, real oversight, no more fast-talking vendors. Funny thing is, all that scheming didn't just save my gate. It taught the community what really matters: heritage, honest governance, and standing up when someone waves fake authority in your face. Our annual Pine Lake Heritage Day rolls around the trail lined with new plaques, kids running through the pines, families swapping stories. My granddad's gate is the centerpiece, a living reminder that standing your ground politely, stubbornly, but with the facts can still mean something. I guess the real lesson is power built on lies collapses when you shine enough light on it. If you're still with me, tell me in the comments, what would you have done in my shoes? Ever faced a bully hiding behind paperwork? Share your story below. Let's keep each other sharp. And if you want more stories like this, hit like, subscribe, ring the bell. Heck, tell me what justice means to you. Stay safe, stand tall, and don't let anyone take your gate without a fight.